Shalom Israel. Call halal Yahweh Bashem Mashiach Yahushai Bashem Kakadash. This your King and Shepherd KD coming with another message of daily edification brought to you through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. I know it's been a few days. We had to handle a lot of business down here within the last week. Gave you the tap-ins to kind of show you what was going on. All right. Do we do all that to show out? Nah, never. Not a showboater. It's like to keep the family informed. All right. Keep your vibration up and let you know what's going on. You know, this is a progression on what we're doing. All right. All this ties into everything that we've been doing, all of the all gas, no brakes, transcendence, all of that. All of this ties into it. See, all this is not being done for nothing. All this is not being done for me to look good. It's being done for a purpose. We're going to bring the kingdom of heaven into the earthly realm. So there are certain things that need to be done. All right. I got a few messengers on Messenger, you know, and few emails, borderline salty, well, why weren't we invited? And, it would have been nice if all of us could come. And, well, the Ria Mista and the Kasas was for everybody to come. This was not. All right, I want to explain that real briefly. The Gadad was for the brotherhood only. And why is that? Well, these are the brothers that pushed the plow. All right, these are the brothers that held down jobs, have families, but on top of that, they were going to the brotherhood breakdowns, the solemn assemblies, all of the meetings that we've been having. This is the military branch of Israel, of the Israelites. All right. These brothers are sacrificed tremendously. All right. Some of them, are working jobs and everything. Some of them leave out on their lunch break just to attend the meetings. Some of them are getting off late and got 2 jobs and they're trying to squeeze the meetings in between. They're studying, they're edifying each other. They keep in contact with one another. They obey the rank and file. This was for them. Now, this is something that not everybody's doing. All right. Like I said, we have rank and file here. They obey their commanding officers above them. And some of them hold their own things in the areas where they are. If there's enough of them, we do it here in Cali sometimes. We get together. It's a brotherhood. If you never joined the brotherhood, don't be salty that you weren't invited. Okay? This is for the brothers that have sacrificed for that. All right? It wouldn't be right for just anybody. If just anybody could come without the sacrifices that these brothers have put, then why have it? All right? Now, more importantly, these brothers have an eternal position here. Okay? Yeah, those that believe in Yahushai right now, yeah, you have eternal life, but this is a special branch of that eternal life that those of you who are not part of it will not take part in. All right, you brothers out there. So like I say, don't get mad or upset for the blessing that you didn't get, for the work that you never put in for. The word was put out several times over the channel. If you wanted to join up with the brotherhood, this is the information. All right. And it's been out for years. All right. So what we did, all I told these brothers was, I said, hey, get here. They got here. The farthest one came from the UK. All right. Akada. All right. Principal man came all the way from England, man. Had one come all the way from Canada. I mean, we had people coming from everywhere and they made it. They made it. We had a ball. All right. But it wasn't all about us just, it was about the fellowship, but it's for a much bigger purpose that I'm going to get into. All right. Yes, I had a little kitchen crew, my wife, and I picked up a couple of young ladies to come and help because it was a very big job. So I wasn't going to have her doing all of that cooking and everything. And even with them, it was a big job. It was a big job. We had roughly 60 men here. Okay. I believe between 57 and 60, somewhere around then. We had Airbnb to get. Ended up getting 2 of them, hotel rooms, everything. Transportation, rent-a-cars. It's a big operation. We got it done though. All praises. We had a wonderful time at the restaurant, Fogo de Chão's. If you're ever in Cali, check it out. It's a Brazilian steakhouse. They keep bringing the meat out over and over and over and over. We had a great time there. Beautiful time. That was something that I wanted to do for the brothers for how hard they've worked. I wanted them to have an experience that maybe they haven't had before. I'm not saying they never did it, but if they hadn't, I was hoping that if they hadn't, they really had a good time, and we all did. We had a beautiful time. We rode down together. We wanted to give the family, some video complimenting that. You know what I'm saying? Very nice restaurant. I eat there all the time, and I wanted the brothers to experience that. So we did that. In the same day, all right, when we got back, we had to take care of the reason why we came down. And that's what I want to get at. All right. It wasn't a solemn assembly, but let me get the scripture. Well, scriptures, because there's a couple. All right. Let's go to Revelation chapter 7. Starting at verse 1. It says, "And after these things I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree." Now the winds, not talking about just regular wind. It's talking about destruction, destructive winds, war. Okay. Verse 2. "And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power. And he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea." Understand? Verse 3. "Saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till when? Till we have sealed the servants of our power in their foreheads." Now, I want to show you something. Verse 4 says, "And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel." Now, you might be thinking, well, y'all didn't have 144,000 people there. No, we didn't. All right. There's 2 groups. All right. It's what I got to explain to you. And this is why this was so important. See, y'all see what's happening? Did y'all see what happened after the Kansas City Chiefs Super Bowl? They had the shooting there. They had a shooting at Joel Osteen's church. Right, the curses have turned on the heathens. It's time. But the 4 winds, we're getting little spurts. But we ain't getting what's getting ready to really go down. It's getting ready to get real bad around here. All right. Now, note, 144,000 were sealed down here. They were sealed up top. I'll show you how. All right. Let's go to Matthew chapter 16. It's going to take your faith to understand this, but there's nothing that I haven't taught before. But we're getting down to the nitty gritty. Matthew 16, verse 15, Yahushua said, he saith unto them, but whom say ye that I am? And Simon Peter answered and said, thou art the Hamashiach, the Son of the living power. And Yahushua answered and said unto him, blessed art thou, Simon Bar-Jonah, for flesh and blood hath not revealed it unto thee, but my Father which is in heaven. And I say also unto thee, that thou art Peter, and upon this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it. Verse 19, and I will give unto you the keys of the kingdom of heaven. Whatsoever you shall bind on earth shall be bound in heaven, and whatsoever you shall loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven. Right? So he gave Peter that charge. Said, I'm giving you the keys. You know why? Because he knew that Peter would come back as David, which is who he was in the ancient world, but he just didn't know it. I'm going to prove it to you. Let's go to Revelations. Revelations 1, starting at verse 10. I was in the Spirit on the Lord's day, and heard behind me a great voice as of a trumpet, saying, I am Alpha and Omega, the first and the last. And what thou seest, write in a book, and send it unto the 7 churches which are in Asia, unto Ephesus, Smyrna, Pergamos, Thyatira, Sardis, and unto Philadelphia and Laodicea. And I turned to see the voice that spake with me, and being turned, I saw 7 golden candlesticks, and in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man. Son of Man is Yahushua. So he said it's somebody like him, but not him. Okay? Clothed with a white garment down to the foot, and girt about with paps and with a golden girdle. His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire, and his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace, and his voice as the sound of many waters. And he had in his right hand 7 stars, and out of his mouth went a sharp 2-edged sword. And his countenance was as the sun shineth in his strength. And when I saw him, I fell at his feet as dead. And he laid his right hand upon me, saying, fear not, I am the first and the last. Now this is the Father speaking, all right? I am he that lives and was dead, and behold, I am alive forevermore, and have the keys of hell and death. Who got the keys of hell and death? Peter did. Now, Peter has taken his rightful form as the Father, all right, as David. Let's go to Revelations 3, verse 7. And to the angel of the church in Philadelphia write, these things saith he that is holy, he that is true, he that hath the key of David, he that openeth, and no man shutteth, and shutteth, and no man openeth. So, it was already prophesied that David would be here in the last days as a representation of the Father in the earthly realm. And he received those keys as Peter, pursuant to Matthew chapter 16. All right. So, the sealing, let's go to Revelation chapter 7. Verse 3. Saying, heard not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power in their foreheads. What does it mean to seal? Well, let's go to the interlinear. And we'll go to right here. See what it says? Sphrazio. Sphragizo. Salak. Sphragizo. That's Greek for we have sealed. What does it mean to seal? Well, to set a seal upon, mark with a seal, to seal, for security from Satan. All right? Since things sealed up are concealed as the contents of a letter, to hide, keep in silence, keep secret, in order to mark a person or thing, to set a mark upon by, to impress of a seal or a stamp, in order to prove, confirm, or attest a thing, to confirm, authenticate, place beyond doubt of a written document, to prove one's testimony to a person that he is what he professes to be. Right, so getting down to the nitty-gritty now. The 144 are not down here. All right, the 144 are not down here. The small remnant is down here. And the small remnant is with me. Whatsoever is bound on earth shall be bound in heaven. Whatsoever is loosed on earth shall be loosed in heaven. The sealing had to come here first to seal those 144,000 up above that are getting ready to come down. Let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 15. Verse 51. Behold, I show you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed. In a moment, in a twinkling of an eye, at the last trump. For the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall all be changed. For this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality. So when this corruptible shall I put on incorruption, and this mortal shall I put on immortality, then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, death is swallowed up in victory. O death, where is thy sting? O grave, where is thy victory? The sting of death is sin, and the strength of sin is the law. But thanks be to the power which giveth us the victory through our Lord Hamashiach Yahushai. All right? Verse 58. Therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord. For as much as ye know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord. So, your labor is not in vain. Now, these brothers came down here to get sealed. And once they got sealed down here, the 144,000 was sealed up there. I'm going to prove it to you. Don't worry. Why do I say that? Well, let's go to Ecclesiastes chapter 5. Verse 1. Keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of the power, and be more ready to hear than to give the sacrifice of fools, for they consider not that they do evil. Be not rash with your mouth, and let not thy heart be hasty to utter anything before the power. For power is in heaven, and thou upon the earth. Therefore let thy words be few. Verse 3. For a dream cometh through the multitude of business, and a fool's voice is known by a multitude of words. Verse 4. When you vow a vow unto the power, defer not to pay it, for ye have no pleasure in fools. Pay that which thou hast vowed. Better is it that thou shouldest not vow than that thou shouldest vow and not pay. Suffer not thy mouth to cause thy flesh to sin, neither say thou before the angel that it was an error. Wherefore should the power be angry at your voice and destroy the work of your hands? All right. So, what he was telling the brotherhood here that came from all over the world, you're about to take a vow. Don't take it lightly. These brothers vowed to serve the throne of David and the throne of the kingdom, the Father of light Yahweh, for all eternity. That's what they vowed. They vowed it collectively and they vowed it individually. Had to go to each one and make them a promise to serve. Okay? So that oath was taken. All right? And because that oath was taken here, by the power vested in me, all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Yahushai said, whatever you bound on earth will be bound in heaven. Right? Now, how do I know the 144,000 are not down here? Well, let me show you. Let's go to Revelations 14. Revelations 14 and 1. And I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on the Mount Zion, and with him 144,000, having his father's name written in their foreheads. And I heard a voice from heaven, as the voice of many waters, and as the voice of a great thunder. And I heard the voice of harpers harping with their harps. All right? And they sung, as it were, a new song before the throne, and before the four beasts and the elders, that no man could learn that song, but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth. Redeemed from the earth. Okay? They're not down here. These are they which were not defiled with women, for they are virgins. These are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits of the power and to the Lamb. And in their mouth was found no guile, for they are without fault before the throne of the power. So, is Yahushua down here? No, he's not. They are without blame, okay? They follow Yahushua wherever he goes. So, when Yahushua comes, he's bringing them with him. So, who's down here? Well, let's go to Zechariah chapter 13. Start at verse 1. What does it say? Wait a minute. All right, Zechariah 13 and 1. It says, in that day there shall be a fountain open to the house of David and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem for sin and uncleanness. All right. So, those that are sealed, all right, in the heavenly realm with Yahushua, they don't need they don't need a fountain open to them for sin and uncleanness, because they with Yahushua. That's how you know they're not down here. But those that are down here in this earthly realm, those are the ones that need a fountain open for sin and uncleanness. Now, once the turn up comes, when we are forged into what the Most High wants us to be, then we won't need that anymore. But they will need they're going to go back to sacrificing for the ones that are coming in after us. Yeah, they're going to pay tribute to those that have went before them to build a nation. All right, but for right now, the Most High is setting up his kingdom on earth, and it has to start down here with the small remnant. This is why the oaths had to be taken here, which were done. All these brothers are bonded now. So, because they're bonded, so are they. So, now, the Most High can release those winds. And he's getting ready to do that. Things are getting ready to go, like I said, real bad, real fast. The destruction is coming. All of the brothers that made it back home, even Akadah made it back to the UK safely. Most I saw every brother down here. You know, one brother even drove down all the way from Indianapolis. Okay? Drove all the way down here and had a change of heart. Said he got trust issues. You know who you are. I ain't going to say your name. But this is what you missed out on, and it's not coming back. You can't come and try to fix it. There's no fix. You missed the train, man. So now that these brothers are bonded and sealed, they have taken the oath to be loyal to the throne throughout all eternity. Guess what? Now those that are up above are sealed. Okay? With Yahushua. So, we've done our job. All right? The brotherhood is a finished product. Okay? That's what this is all about. Now that Sunday, well, you had breakfast for dinner? Yeah. That was just a good send-off for the brotherhood so their bellies could be nice and tight when they leave, and it was. Everybody had a great time. Nobody wanted to leave. But I just wanted to break that down for the body. All right. I told the brothers to prepare because things are going to start happening at a rapid rate. And it is. I mean, y'all seen the shootout, Joel Hostein's church, shootout at Kansas City Chiefs victory parade, which football is a bunch of bullshit now anyway. It's all scripted, you know. All we got to do now is sit and wait. We did our job. It's on the Most High now. See, so now what's going to happen is that Daniel chapter 12 is coming. That time of trouble that no man has seen before. But we had to be sealed first before it happened. And now he's finna let it go. Get it? I'd like for a minute for y'all to, some of y'all remember him. My heart is heavy. Because right after we pledged, 2 days later, I got some terrible news. Y'all remember this guy right here. It's my nephew. My nephew Aria. If it wasn't for him, a lot of y'all probably wouldn't even be on here. He's the one that put me on Facebook and everything after I told him not to. I said, boy, just leave it alone. You know, I got 25 subscribers, man. I'm cool. You know, I'm good with that. I say, come on, man. Other people got to hear this. He was always concerned about everybody hearing this word, man. So he put me on there anyway. And once he did that, my numbers started to skyrocket up. That's how I met y'all. It was meant for him to do that. That's nephew. He came to the Ria Mista. I shared a room with him and his Aquaf at the time. He came to the Casas. And they found him dead 2 days ago. And his death has been difficult to bear for me. I took it really hard. He went down a dark path that he couldn't recover from. He cut off communication with me. He cut off communication with his father. I've known his father 40 years. We go back to 9th grade, high school, 1984. I mean, it was just something that, you know, wasn't expected, and I was really hoping to see him again. But we gotta move. We gotta press. He's in the Lord's hands now. But that was my hit. I don't know what yours is gonna be. But I just want to tell y'all that you need to prepare. Everything that I've been telling you is going to come to pass. And because these brothers are sealed and bonded, they've taken oaths. All right. Most High don't play, man. Everybody that took that oath took it under penalty of death. So you cross the Most High if you want to, you'll end up like Kafar and all these other people that think the Most High is bullshit, and he's not, man. He will kill you. It'll take your life. So you hold on to your oath and wait. When they left here, I told them just that. Hold what you got. The Most High finna open the floodgates now. And there's a whole lot of things going on, man, right now that y'all don't even know about if you're not keeping up with it on TikTok and these other news channels that tell you the truth. Man, that video with Vladimir Putin and Tucker Carlson, that was a hell of an interview. Hell of an interview. A lot of information was put out. So, all of y'all out there, all right, the time is drawing near. So, hold what you got and just wait. But we did our thing and we got it completed. I want to thank every brother that came down. I want to thank every brother that sacrificed and didn't come up with excuses and saw it through. All right. You are now the Israelite Imperial Guard. All right. From that day forward. So what you need to do is hold on to that. All right. And the higher you are, the lower you serve. Keep your humility in check. Obey your superior officers, and most of all, obey this word. You won't have any problems. All right. That's going to conclude this video. I want to give all praise to Yahweh B'Shem HaMashiach Yahushai. Brothers in arms, you're a finished product now. All right. I'll see y'all on the next video. KD out. Shalom.